Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Shuaib Khan and welcome to Maxafter.com. Today's tutorial is about car lights. This is what we'll be doing. Again, I've used a very simple technique of creating this effect. So let's start the tutorial. Before we start, I just want to show you some pictures on the net. Other car lights these are the lights coming towards us, and these are the lights going away from us, which are the back tail lights. Also, so it's a good practice to first see to get some reference images before starting a project. So if you go to internet, you can find many images like this, and then you can try to create the same effect. So let's first start the tutorial by dragging our picture here and make a new comp. Actually, this picture here looked like this without the building, and I put the building here in Photoshop. So now it looks like this. So let's first turn this picture into a night scene by going to levels. So there's no set formula for this to changing it into night scene. There are different ways of doing it. You just try different things and you can come up with your own way of doing. Okay, we'll first start with by changing the values here. First change this value to, let's say, 0.5, and then we come to the output white and change this to 142, and we get this kind of effect. And the next thing what we do, we'll add a color balance to it. We write color and we get our color balance and drag it on top of it, and we'll mainly be concentrating on the blue color. So the blue balance has to be this one, 51, and red tone probably to -25, so that we get more blue color. And then again blue balance to probably 65. The red balance here again to probably -8. Highlights blue balance to 11. And then what we do, we'll add curves to it. And in curves, we just change this. And then we'll add a hue saturation to it, and we'll turn down the saturation, as at night time we know that there are no colors. You don't want to make it black and white, just probably that's the best. Okay, now the next thing is, before making the lights, what I want to do is Control D, and I'll choose different areas where giving us a glowing effect, when there are a lot of lights in the environment, also has to react according to those lights. So what we do is we go to colorize, we'll add a small expression to it, press Alt on your keyboard and click here, and then we'll write probably wiggle 10, 100. Let's see how it looks. Okay, this is the kind of effect I wanted, as it's flickering, reacting to the lights. So now what we do is we change this to add, and then we'll just choose the areas. For example, I want this area, to react with the light. So press F and we just feather it out. And then I want to choose this area as well. And press F and again feather it out. So now if you render, you'll see that it's flickering since the lights are not there yet. Okay, and this area here I want to make it a bit darker, so Control D, I'll put this one on top, press Effect and change the lightness to make it a bit darker, and then we'll play around with the values here, make it more darker, and also change this to multiply, and then we'll just draw a mask around here and press F, and then we'll feather it out. And then what we can do is we can just go to opacity and turn down the opacity a little bit, probably, and we move this up a little bit as well. Now that we've turned the scene into a night scene, what we do is we'll come to the real thing now, which is adding the lights. So for that we go to Layer, New, Solid, make it comp size and write probably light 1, and we'll just go to opacity, press T and turn it down a little bit so that we can see the road, and then we'll draw a mask. So we follow this line here, we'll draw a line here, and we can just fix it make it up, bring it above the road a little bit, and right, and then we go to 3D stroke, and we drag it on top of this layer. So we got our first light here. We go to T, press T on your keyboard and turn it up, and we go to the panel here of 3D stroke, and what we do is we change it to probably 4, and then your own time you can just fix it, so that it looks as if it's above the road. Right, this you can do it in your free time. So what we do is, the next thing is we'll turn on the taper. So the lights coming from the far, of course, less than the lights which are near the camera. So now what we do is the lights that are coming towards, which are nearer to the camera, of course, should be thicker, and the trail at the end has to be, thinner and smaller because they are lights at the far distance. So what we do is just we play around with these values here: taper end and start. So taper start to 0, and then this one probably to 65. And we save our project as well. And then you can turn on the feather as well a little bit, not too much. Now what we need to do is we need to put a small expression here to this light, so that can give us a fast flickering, motion effect, so that we can mimic that light, trail light, as if the cars are coming fast and just zooming away. The cars are passing by the camera. Put a small expression on the end value here. Again, press Alt on your keyboard and click here, and then we put again wiggle, and let's say probably we'll try different values. Well, whatever value you put has to be fast, fast flickering motion. You can also turn on the blur, and then what we can do is fix this light here, because right now it just looks like it's too fast. Let's put different value here. Let's say 300, and let's put 50 here. Let's try that. And so we'll put different values here for different lights. So also let's apply glow to it. And another thing what we can do is we can add a wave warp to it, and it gives us a good nice effect as well. So here we can change the values to, let's say, 2 here, and put 413 there. Don't want it to be too wavy, so change this to probably 0.2. There'll be many lights, so probably few of them could be wavy, few of them not, depends. Right, so now what we can do, we can just duplicate this by Control D, and we can take our mask here, can bring it close to the camera, and come down and change this value, wiggle to 40 probably, so that all of them have got different values. Change this to probably to 7. What we can do here is just we can delete the wave warp, because we put different values to different lights. So now if you render, you'll see that. So we got 2 of them, so what we can do is Control D, and we get another one, which is, we'll put it here somewhere, and we solo this one, and let's see how it looks. Okay, right now I'm not too happy with this movement here. What we can do is just, you can tweak around and try to achieve something better than this, and delete this here, and so now there are no values here. Leave this value here. Let's play around with the offset, and let's turn on the loop. Cool. And let's put an expression for the offset. Wiggle, let's say 40 and probably 200, and see how it. Let's change this to probably 10, 50. See how it looks. The only problem here what we're getting with the offset value is that the light that is a far distance, the thickness becomes bigger, which is not right. So what we do is we'll turn down the end value here, and also we'll just turn the value down to probably 4. Change this to probably, sorry, 360. And also let's change the color to yellow here. The idea here is we just want to have different lights here with, you know, with random speed and color. So let's see how they look. So some lights are thicker and some are smaller, you know. So what we can do is get this one here, Control D, and bring it again, you know, somewhere here. Probably change it to 2, 3 here. Change the value to probably 40. Just try different values as well. So let's get the first one here again, and Control D. Go to warp here. Probably change it. No. And reduce the size probably to 2. There's one of the odd lights, you know, in the middle. Also, what you can do is apply a vector blur to it. That's also a nice tool. If you see, if you turn up the opacity, increase the thickness, you'll see what I mean. And change this one to add. So, you know, there are one of those odd lights somewhere in the middle as well. Again, we'll just Control D and get this light here. Press U. Probably change this to 100. Now what we do, we'll again Control D this one and put it on top and change the color to, let's say, red. We'll just take it to the other side of the road. Turn down the thickness to 4, and then again Control D. Fix this one. Let's put this one to 2. We do is Control D again. Put it further back. Press U and change this to, let's say, 200 and say 10. And let's see how it looks. Change this light color to a bit of oranges, you know, tail light. Control D this one and put it on top of the other ones and change to add. So now that we've got our lights, you can add more lights to it, and of course then you can you know, play around with the values, especially the wave warp and the 3D stroke values, to get the best results. So now the next thing what we need to do is, let's trim the comp to 5 seconds. Right now what's happening is all the lights are coming at the same time, so we need to change their positions. So what we do is we just move the lights, you know. Then what we can do is we can split the layer as well. We go to Edit and Split Layer, and we don't want to see something till here. We want them to break because the cars, they come and go. So we'll do the same with the other ones as well. Control, Split Layer, and we come here and Edit, Split Layer, and we do it with all of them. Edit, Split Layer. So we just want to change their positions, play around. We further come here and we further edit and split layer. We change the positions so that they come at different points. They come and disappear as well. Let's do it here as well. So in this way we get different effects. Some of them they disappear and then they come back as well. And also what we can do is we can just go here and 3D stroke, and we can change the the sizes as well. Go to effect and 3D stroke, and then we just, let's say, change this to 1, and we go and change them to random values. Okay, another thing that you can do is go to the first light here, let's say this one, and Control D, and solo this, and go to 3D stroke here and change it to, let's say, add. We make it add, and also we just turn the opacity down to 10, and the wave warp, you can change the height, all the values here is like experimental values. Of course, you can also try out different values and get the best results out of it. Here I spent more time with this one, so this one looks much better as well, because there are more lines, thinner lines, and it's all about trying different things with it. More wave lights here, more space warp here. So probably you can also spend some more time with this project and come up with some better results like this one. So I hope you like this tutorial. Once again, my name is Shuaib Khan from Maxafter.com. Assalamu alaikum.